Good morning, and welcome to Sports In A Jiffy on the Morning Impact Show, coming to you from the studios of Impact Radio 102.1 FM. This packet comes to your listening pleasure weekdays 10 a.m. to 10 minutes on the flip side of that. It's Wednesday edition, the midweek, and it's pleasing to be here. Don't forget that you can keep track of this update and more by following us on our social media handles at Impact 1021 FM on X and on Instagram, and you can watch us live on YouTube at Impact 102.1 FM. Ayodele Ajiboye is my name, and I'll be scooping beats from this sports world in the next 10 minutes or thereabout. And without further ado, let's go straight into it. Starting from the home front this morning. Yes, over 100 foreign stars will feature at the IBB Golf and Countries Club Independence Day tournament from September 25 to October 1. The organizers of the yearly festival said this number would be joined by about 400 Nigerian players from across club and country. And the heavy number means some of the world's best players will grace the country's single best golf tournament, which celebrate unity, talent, excellence, and the lush greens of one of Africa's best championship golf courses. According to the organizers, the 2023 IBB Golf Club Independence Edition will be exposed to a national and global audience expected to surpass over 100 million people. Breaking away from the traditional approach, this year's event also promises to create an unforgettable tournament for players and unprecedented experiential experience for sponsors. Established in 1987 under the visionary leadership of its founders, the IBB International Golf and Club Country has grown to become a symbol of prestige, unity, and achievement. And away from that now, talking boxing this morning, welterweight boxer Taiwo Gentleman has vowed a victorious return to boxing night by Flory Ganiu Energy Kolawole. The duo will trade punches in the welterweight national challenge at the premier boxing event scheduled for Molade Okoya Thomas Indoor Sports Hall of Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos, on September 24. Olo will be making his return to the boxing night since his victory over Isaac Chukwudi in 2021. And speaking about the bout, Gentleman said they both have a score to settle and he is ungentlemanly ready to punch down energy this time. The night will also feature 5 additional bouts in different weight categories, including the national female cruiserweight title bout between Selena Agu and Bolatito Oluwole. If from now talking football this morning, yes, Super Eagles camp is bubbling already as we gearing up for the game against Sao Tome and Principe, which is going to be the final qualifying game of the 2023 African Cup of Nations on Sunday, September 3rd. The Super Eagles today commence their preparations for the final group game of the qualifiers in Uyo. Yes, the 3-time African champions will face Sao Tome and Principe in the final qualifying game of the 2023 African Cup of Nations. The team head coach Jose Pesero released the list of the invited players for the game on the weekend after he agreed a new contract with the Nigerian Football Federation. And yes, his list comprised 3 new invitees, talking about Gift Obran, Victor Boniface, and Jordan Tornariga. And according to the latest update, the team camp will open today in New York, and all invited players are expected to be available for preparation. The Super Eagles have cemented their place in the competition after garnering 12 points from 5 games, while Sao Tome have no chance of qualifying for the tournament. And it's safe to tell you that the 4 set of Super Eagles players have arrived at the Victor Atta International Airport to Uyo. And yes, they were received by the State FA Normalization Committee and have been taken to their hotels. 4 points. And yes, the early birds include Tunariga Jordan, Obran Gift, Uzo Francis, Iboyi Tyron, Adeleye Adebayo, Onyemechi Brume, Boniface Victor, Rafael Onyedika, and Babafemi Raji. And meanwhile, Sao Tome and Principe is set to present first ever all foreign-based players in quest for first win in AFCON 2020 qualifiers match in New York on Sunday. Yes, according to reports, clubs in Sao Tome and Principe are protesting the exclusion of their players as the national team coach Adriano Eusebio presents for the first time ever an all foreign-based players for the tie. The country is attempting to save face after a string of 4 losses and a draw in preceding 5 qualifying matches of the 2023 African Cup of Nations. And because all 22 players listed for Nigeria Challenge are based outside the country, local clubs reacted with astonishment, remembering that this is the first time in the history of their football no player who plays in domestic championship is on the guest list. Meanwhile, the head coach has told news outlets that the absence of the national was talking about players who play in the main national competitions was because the call-up is preview for the next qualifying game. And for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers, Sao Tome and Principe are in Group H alongside with Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, Namibia, Malawi, and Liberia. And yes, don't forget that the Sunday's game in New York is the second ever between the two countries, and in the first match played last time, Morocco, Nigeria won 10-0, the biggest in the national team has recorded in 74 years. If we're not talking basketball this morning, yes, free agent guard Danny Green has agreed a 1-year deal with Philadelphia 76ers. His agent Sam Pramont have told Rock Nation. Green, who is 36, returns to the Sixers to join an organization where his relationship, especially with Joe Embiid and new coach Nick Nurse, and as he's playing a part in the teams there to bring him into training camp with a strong chance to make the opening night roster. Green, who is a 3-time NBA champion, tore his left ACL and LCL in Game 6 of the Sixers 2022 Eastern Conference playoff loss to Miami and was traded to Memphis that offseason. And yes, Green had spent 2 seasons with the Sixers, shooting 39.5% on 3-pointers. Green is one of the 3 players to play at least 1 game in every postseason since 2011, along with James Harden and Chris Paul. And away from basketball, talking tennis this morning. Ben Shelton edges Frances Tiafoe to reach US Open semi-finals. Ben Shelton is still 20 years old, still new to this whole professional thing, but then he's equipped with a tremendously good serve. Hitting 14 aces but also hit 11 double for Shelton used 1 blink and you missed it booming return to save a point in the pivotal tiebreaker and reach his first Grand Slam semi-final by edging Frances Tiafoe 6-2, 3-6, 7-6, 6-2 at the US Open in a back and forth contest filled with huge hitting by both. And Shelton will next face Novak Djokovic on Friday for a bet in the final. Djokovic also reached his record for 7th Grand Slam semi-final, breaking a tie with Roger Federer for the most by a man by defeating Taylor Fritz 6-1, 6-4, 6-4. And yet both the unseeded Shelton and the number 10 seeded Tiafoe, a 25-year-old from Maryland who was a semi-finalist at Flushing Meadows a year ago, wore sleeveless muscle shirt. And everyone seems to be wearing sleeveless muscle shirt now. Started with Rafael Nadal back then, and then Carlos Alcaraz has done it this year as well. Now we're seeing others following that path. And yes, Novak Djokovic reached his record for the 7th Grand Slam semi-final, breaking a tie with Roger Federer for the most by a man by defeating Taylor Fritz 6-1, 6-4, 6-4 at the US Open on his teaming Tuesday. Djokovic improved to 13-0 for his career in quarterfinals at Flushing Meadows and to 8-0 against Fritz, an American who was seeded number 9. And yes, both Djokovic, a 36-year-old from Serbia, and Fritz, a 25-year-old from California, had some doubles on the most sweltering day of the tournament so far. Come Friday, Djokovic take on American unseeded Ben Shelton, who took down number 10 Frances Tiafoe in 4 sets later Tuesday. And it was the first time since 2005 that 3 US men made it to the quarterfinals in New York. I'm talking about WTA this morning. Kogav knows what it takes to reach a Grand Slam final. She's been there, she's done that. But the only thing she has not experienced is winning a major championship. And yes, Gav just dealt with just a fine with the heat, the immunity, and a big hitting opponent to defeat Elena Ostapenko 6-0, 6-2 on Tuesday, becoming the first American teenager to reach the final at Flushing Meadows since Serena Williams in 2001. And this was the 16th victory in our past 17 matches for Gaia, who will now face number 10 Karina Muchova of the Czech Republic on Thursday. Muchova, who made it to the French Open final in June, also used a terrific start, saving 9 breakpoints she faced in the opening set all in one game to get past number 30 Sorana Sister of Romania 6-0, 6-3 at 9. And with that tennis story, we've come to the end of the package this morning. What In A Jiffy it is, I'll be doing it in a jiffy. Don't forget to join us on the Sports Shop Show 7:30 p.m. tonight, where we get to talk about everything that is happening in the ever exciting world of sport. Aide Jajibo is my name. Have a nice day and make sure to stay sporty. Bye.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021